With threats mounting on all sides, both at home and abroad, the mutants of Krakoa don't know where the next blow may come from. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of X-Men issue number 9 and find out together, shall we? So then, as we join the book, Xavier is convening a very important meeting of the Quiet Council. You remember a few issues ago, Fei Long and Orchis had managed to seize the planet Phobos, meaning that they are officially within striking distance of Krakoa's new colony of Arakko on Mars. This is bad because it signals a real elevation in the ongoing battle between Krakoa and Orchis. Oh sure, they'd been fighting a shadow war against each other ever since Krakoa's founding, but now it seems that they're going to have to get very loud. All of this could be very bad for mutants' public image. Sure, Orchis may be a supremacist organization, but attacking them straight on like they are will only end up causing problems. And at worst, maybe even tip mutant kind's hands to their supposed allies both on Earth and in space of just how powerful they are. This of course coming very close after mutant kind just barely managed to keep the secret of their resurrection protocols. And that's not the worst of it too, as we see at a very similar and mirrored meeting of the Orchis Council, they too are thinking of growing their ranks in the ongoing battle with mutant kind. Dr. Stasis, having witnessed Cyclops and the other mutants battle with MODOK a couple issues ago, figured that they should try and invite him to join their little group. After all, who wouldn't want to learn as much as they can from a killing machine? This line of thinking is of course hilarious because as we the reader know, Orchis is actually secretly controlled from behind the scenes by Nimrod and Omega Sentinel, who are only stoking the fires of anti-mutant bigotry and resentment so they can use humans as their own foot soldiers before the real battle between machine and mutant kind can begin. We also get treated to yet a third big meeting this issue, this time between Storm, the new regent of Mars, and Arakko. Naturally, the more warlike Arakai want to strike back at Orchis soon as possible, but Storm doesn't think that's a good idea, and cooler heads ultimately end up prevailing. We're also reminded that, unlike the living island of Krakoa who speaks through cipher, Arakko actually lost Bloodroot, the woman who spoke for them originally. She was taken captive by Mad Jim Jaspers during the Tournament of Swords and has yet to be returned. Oh yeah, that did happen. X of Swords feels like a million years ago, doesn't the Arakai, of course, being so warlike and so hardened, believe that anyone who gets captured doesn't deserve to be rescued. Ooh, harsh. Don't worry though, this whole issue just isn't round tables. We actually check back on in with Gambit and Rogue. Yeah, that's right, Mr. and Mrs. X. They're on a space odyssey right now looking for Game World. Oh yeah, remember them? They kept sending monsters to try and conquer Earth. It was a big deal in the first volume of this run before it was just kind of not anymore. As it turns out, Marie and Remy aren't the only ones doing intergalactic bar hopping, as Destiny is there now too. Being the ultimate precog, Destiny knew they were coming because, well, of course she does. She knows just about everything. Also, in a fun bit of continuity, Rogue refers to her as Mom, which is super cool because we now know that Mystique and Destiny are officially a couple, and Rogue always referred to Raven as Mama. Yeah, when are we getting that book? My Two Mutant Moms with Rogue. I'll happily read every issue of that. What's truly hilarious too is that Destiny does not like Gambit at all. She thinks that Rogue had married way below her station, and now that she's finally alive again, she can give Remy a piece of her mind. Don't worry though, Gambit is as wonderfully charming as ever and says, hey, guess what, Mom-in-law? We both love Rogue a whole bunch. The only difference is my love doesn't come with strings attached. Ooh, got her. Now, as the comic comes to a close, we actually check back on in with Sunfire on Mars. It seems that after his big battle against Fei Long, he never left. He's building himself a little house on the planet waiting for aggressions to kick off again. He says that this is good for him. With his amazing powers, he always wanted to travel the universe and see what's out there. Well, it turns out him and Storm are going to be taking a big trip much sooner than either of them expected. You see, Sunfire planted himself a little Japanese bonsai tree on the planet, and now that it's fully grown, it just so happens to look like the face of Bloodroot, meaning Arakko wants Storm and Sunfire to take a trip to Otherworld to rescue their interpreter as the comic comes to a close. And so that was X-Men issue number 9, everybody, and honestly, this issue was kind of all over the damn place, which is disappointing because I was really enjoying the extra focus Scott was getting as part of the Captain Krakoa story. While I can't confirm it, I'm pretty sure this issue exists to help set up several new storylines that we're going to be following through the Destiny of X launch of X-Men books. And yeah, they all certainly seem fun and cool and creative and interesting. I just don't know which, if any, of these storylines are actually going to be followed up here in the book I'm reading currently. Yes, there was something kind of slick about seeing how all these different groups all have basically the same meetings that they have to attend and are dealing with very similar problems, but I also felt like I was reading a commercial sometimes. Ultimately, I'd feel comfortable giving this one a 6.5 out of 10. Pretty good, but not nearly as good as the series has been in the last couple issues.
Hey there everyone, Cape Joel again, and I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. As always, if you liked what you see, be sure to like, subscribe, comment. It really helps drive engagement and helps me out too. Also, if you are a patron, which you can become for as little as $1 a month, you will get exclusive content that no one else can ever see, and you'll get to see the Comic Multiverse podcast before anyone else too. You can check out all this and more down in the description. And until next time everyone, this has been Cape Joel, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers.